As we take the green flag in Atlanta. Already you saw what cars can do when they lock together. They drove off from the pack. That's something that's going to be a learning event all day long.
When Joey Logano, we spoke to him prior to this race, right, he said, oh, a little bit of a wiggle there for Joey Logano with Kyle Busch on the outside. Here comes Chase Elliott, but you heard him say, we'll lock bumpers maybe to turn 2, and that's exactly what Logano did, trying to push his teammate Ryan Blaney to the lead.
First thing let that lap, Briscoe now out in front.
The first thing I notice when I look at this track, you can definitely tell when they get to the corners, it's just narrower. It's a little bit more narrow than what we have at Daytona and Talladega. And asking 3 wide or a 4 wide situation out of here, look out.
Briscoe leads lap 2. Look at this funnel down that straightaway, and the track narrows up to turn 1.
Yeah, I got a chance to go around the racetrack earlier today in a pace car, and I got to tell you, turn 1, especially the speed that these guys are running inches away from one another, when you get to turn 1, it feels like it's one car width wide to get there 2 wide, 190 miles per hour.
A headwind coming down this front straightaway, and about a 30-mile-an-hour tailwind down the backstretch.
There's so many things going on already. I think, you know, when you start talking about a super speedway type of racing, one of the things that you notice is accordion. The thing on accordion, a guy slips up a little bit, it'll stack that line up, and now all of a sudden the outside or inside line, whichever one was the opposite, will start prevailing. Also handling. Because of those tight radius that we showed you versus a Daytona, very tight radius, asking a lot out of the car, leaning on the wheel, much different here at Atlanta.
You mentioned handling. Right there we saw Ross Chastain on the inside of somebody going into turn 1, had a big run. He had to check up because the front end took off on him. That's what I hear a lot of guys complain about, is turn 3. When you get a big run, the fronts just don't want to hold that line on the bottom.
And I think some of that is that old American